Hi, I wanted to show you one way to do a version of a Surya Namaskar or Chandra Namaskar in yoga. If you want a mat, come to the top of your mat. Big toes touching, heels apart. Shift the weight onto the toes, bend the knees slightly, and send the sitting bones forward and under to lengthen the lower back. Move from the navel, bending forward, the ribs and the chest. You're not folding from the hips yet. You're trying to forward bend the spine. And then you can move from the hips and the knees. Don't worry about the legs being straight. It's not really that important. I'm focusing on the spine here. The head can come down last if it feels okay. Take the left foot back. Big step back, mindfully place it. Then move the sitting bones towards the right heel. Lift the chest up towards the sky. Throat forward, chin up. You can stay or carefully come up into standing. Sitting bones move forward. Stay or lift the shoulders, lift the elbows, armpits pressing forward and up. Neck is free. To come down, bend from the navel, the ribs and the chest. Then you can bend from the hips and take the knees back, slightly behind the hips. Sitting bones move forward, chest moves up, neck is free. I'm breathing into my belly. I sit back towards my heels but maintain the action of the sitting bones and the chest. I can come up into downward facing dog. The spine stays the same. Neck is free. And I make my way any way I can towards the top of the mat. Big toes touch, heels apart, but squashing the heels towards one another. Sitting bones to the heels, hands to the shins or the knees or wherever they're going to go. I press the belly out and I lengthen the front side of my body without shortening the back side. Coming down, head tucking in if it feels okay, and taking the right leg back. Move the sitting bones towards the left heel, lift the chest. Throat forward, chin up. Stay, or if it feels okay, slowly start to rise. The slower you move, the better. Stay, or lift the shoulders, the elbows, press the armpits forward and up to lengthen the spine. Neck is free. Folding forward from the navel, the ribs, the chest. Once the spine has folded forward, then bend from the hips. Take the knees back. You can come into kneeling plank or a full plank. They both have the same action, sitting bones pressing forward, chest floating up. Here I'm going to take a Bhujangasana option, which is actually the same movements. The sitting bones are pressing forward. I'm moving my chest through my arms, but you can see that the back of my body is staying really long. I'm not collapsing into my lower back. Sitting bones working really hard here, pressing forward. And finally, the chest rises in freedom. I haven't collapsed in my belly or my lower back. I move back into kneeling plank, through child's pose if I like, downward dog if I like, but you don't have to. No tension in the neck. And I slowly come forward. This time, I'm going to step onto my tippy toes, put my knees behind my arms, push the sitting bones forward, lifting the chest, neck is free. If I wanted to, I could have come into Bakasana from there. I was just showing. Hands come to the backs of the calves. I don't have to straighten my legs, it's not important. Lengthening the front side of the body without shortening the back. So I'm not squashing my lower back, neck is free. Curling forward and coming up by pushing the hips forward, lifting the shoulders, lifting the elbows, reaching the arms forward and up. Can't see my head here, but it's not important. Bring the hands back to the center. Namaste. Happy and safe practicing.